Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Hobart vs Melbourne Stars game, in which Melbourne Stars won in what was really a very tight game in the end. After rolling Hobart for 155, they needed 67 off the 7 overs that they were going to face in once the rain subsided. I think this was around 10 o'clock that they got on, 9:55, somewhere around there. So they had 7 overs, and a lot of people were thinking, why is it so heavily favoured in the Stars' favour? Even I thought initially it was about 80% Stars, 85% Stars, somewhere around there, heavily favoured. Even after the 3 early wickets, all it was one good over basically, and they knew the spinner was going to come on, and the spinner, I reckon, was always going to go for. Paddy Dooley went for 17 in the end. I always had him going for somewhere around 4 or so, 14, sorry, not 4. I always had him with the skiddy ball and the wet ball going on, and just sort of going for huge amounts. So I knew he was going to go for a lot, and all it was, and it probably was that 5 wides that in the end killed the game off, or started the rot, to be honest, for the Hobart Hurricanes, as that was in the second over. That got them up to 12 off 2, and they needed only 11 runs and over from the last 5, which is very, very doable. And all it was one good over really that needed to do that, and Chris Jordan's over did that. But anyway, before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So as you'll see here, Hobart, so I can actually move this slightly across. Didn't mean that. Active, do something like that, and then yeah, there we go, something like that. Much better. So you see here, Hobart 155, Melbourne Stars 3 for 67, and then you got here the batting. Sam Harper went out first. That's actually the wrong innings, so here we go. Matt Wade 1 off 3, got out very early to catch off Joel Paris's bowling off from Kilton Cartwright, sorry. And then Caleb Jewell, 45 off 37, did really well, I guess, to a certain extent, and then just faded out late to get to 45 off 37, and ended up only getting the 5 strike rate bonus. Then you have Mac Wright here, 33 off 19. He ended up doing all right, but still not the greatest. A 33 off 19, though, is the maximum bonus, so he ended up getting a 58, I believe, there. And did he do anything in the field? Let me just check here. Nothing in the field, so he ended up with a 55. Sam Hain, 11 off 13. He ended up doing pretty much nothing, so he ended up on an 11. Corey Anderson ended up on a 5, and then I don't think he did anything. If I just check here quickly and just go to BBL matches and then go to here, I don't think he did anything and only ended up... he took a catch, I believe. He took a catch. If I go back to here... get rid of that. He took a catch, I believe, in here. Yeah, you can see off Harper to get to a 16, which is still isn't good enough. Then you have Tim David, 1 off 2. He went out pretty early as well. And this just started the Maxwell collapse almost. That bowling spell from the spinners in Mir, Maxwell, and Ismaad Wasim probably prevented 10 or 15 runs more that they had to chase. It would have been like an 80 chase in 7 overs, which would have, after the first 2 overs, been 71 in like 5 overs, which that would have been getting tough. But them getting these wickets definitely did, with it being I believe the model for the Duckworth was an exponential decay model, meaning that the more wickets taken, the more the model favours the team batting second. So them bowling them out here really did favour that model, basically. And so this spell by Maxwell, Ismaad Wasim, and Mir, where they took 5 wickets between them for... Was it 5 between them? Yeah, 5 between them in 11 overs for, what is that? 69. They took 5 for 69 off 11. Really just pulled back the Hurricanes. Chowdhury, 32 off 16. For those guys that had him, he made another 57, meaning that he probably, I'm guessing he had a -9 break even, was it? -9 break even, so that is 66. So that's going to be around 18k or something, I reckon, rise, which is absolutely going to be huge for Chowdhury. And then Chris Jordan, 11, didn't really do much. Paddy Dooley, 1, didn't do much. He didn't have a good day. And then Nathan Ellis, 10 off 7 at the end before getting run out. So he didn't do terribly much. And then the bowlers, Paris, 1 for 31 off 3.4. Just missed out on the economy rate bonus, but in the end, I think got a 28 or something. 38 because he got a catch as well. So that was a pretty decent effort. Ahmad Wasim, 3 overs, 1 for 16. He ended up actually getting a 53 out of nowhere just because of the economy rate bonus, as you can see here, and also a catch. So he ended up on a 53. Stoinis 1 over for 14, 2 dot balls. He ended up here, as you can see, on a 12. He did get a catch to get there as well. And then you've got Harris Ralph, 3 overs, 3 for 24. So he ended up just sneaking in that economy rate bonus. And I think he got an 83, I want to say. 82 for Harris Ralph. So that was huge. And he was the pick over Osama Mir in the end. In terms of going for the double, they basically went even in the double, but he's picked up 40 more points in this game. So it sucks to see him go, as he would have been very, very valuable next week. So would have Osama Mir, given his 4 overs, 1 for 24. He did have 3 overs, 1 for 12. He just went for 12 in his last and he picked up like 1 dot ball. So it was a -9 for him in that last over, which picked up 42 for Mir compared to 82 for Ralph. So in the end, Ralph beat him out by like 35 points. And they were basically the same price. Glenn Maxwell, 4 overs, 3 for 29. I think he ended up something like 90 in the ball and in the field as well. And then ended up getting a 147 because I believe he got 32 with the bat, which we'll get to, and the max strike rate. And then Bo Webster, 16 off, no dot balls. And you'll see that when we get to him, we might as well show it now because he has no more involvement. He got a 0 when it was projected a 49, and his break even is now going to be stuffed. And I don't like that role now, given that I actually think that Stoinis, even though he went for 14 off his over, I still think he's better option with the ball than Webster at the moment. And even though Webster took a 4-fer, I just like Stoinis up top, especially given that they don't really have another opening bowler because Ralph is leaving, and they just signed Dan Lawrence as his replacement just within the last hour or so. So there's no fast bowler replacement there, and they've got Couch and who else off the bench. They don't really have any other opening bowler off the bench from memory, so I don't really think that I really do think that Stoinis could get a run up the top there with 1 or 2 overs with the new ball if Ahmad Wasim doesn't bowl with the new rock. And especially because Ahmad Wasim might be needed down the back end now that Mir is leaving, and they need a spinner during that middle portion. So they might try and save his overs to then. So there is more, I think, notice this. Well, it's going to be the first game of the double, but I think you will see Stoinis get an over or 2, and that will lock out Webster, as they will probably go Stoinis and Maxwell, as well as someone else to bowl basically 8 between them. A specialist bowler, Stoinis and Maxwell to bowl 8 between them, and I think that will do. And I don't know if Webster will get that much of a bowl. Then we move on to the quick stars innings. Sam Harper, a golden duck, didn't really do anything, and he's just been horrific. Glenn Maxwell, 35 off 18, opened the batting, hit 4 6s and no 4s. So yeah, just showed how good he is, and 35 off 18. Ended up getting, what is that now, actually 60 with the bat, so he ended up on a clean 150, which could be actually funny given that if I just look here at the players and then look here at the, no, it's actually going to be here, and then look at the all coaches, because I think this works. And then you go here to most captains. Daniel Stams is 27%. And then you still got Maxwell at 7.6%, and I don't know whether that's just because it was Sam's, well, if they'll take the VC Maxwell with a 150 or something like that, but still 6% of people are still profiting off this. I wouldn't want to see Webster's potential numbers here. Just waiting. 0.7% of people captained him, so they captained him for a 0. So I wouldn't want to see all coaches in like the top 1% and see like one person potentially captain him. That would be awkward. Let's just look down here. You can see a lot of Bo Webster was captained by like 10 people in the top 1%, and they really didn't profit there, as Sam's looks like he's going to go 170, 180, and Bo Webster is obviously got a 0, so that is almost 150 points, most likely gained on a lot of people to 200 points. But anyway, Stoinis, Duck, Cartwright, 2, and then Rogers came in, and that basically saved Webster from not doing anything. And Rogers is an interesting one, given that he got a 71, and now if we look at Rogers just quickly, he had a break even of 30, so he's most likely going to go back up to 110k. So it'll be interesting if I decide to just go with him, a swap Sanger or something to him, and then go someone like an Ahmad Wasim or something like that, And then also just go with, I think I'm looking at a per scorcher guy for like for Chris Green, and just set up for that round 6-7. So there's that. But anyway, that pretty much is the video, as I just need to quickly go through the Hurricanes. Meredith 2 for 15 off 2, ended up getting, I think, a 46 or something like that. Not too special, but still a 46 in a shortened game like that is ridiculous for a bowler getting only 2 overs. Let me see, 46 for him, yes. And then also you have Nathan Ellis, 2 overs, 1 for 13. He ended up getting himself a 27 or something, a 36, as he got 10 with the bat as well. And then no one else for the bowlers did anything really, as there was only 3 more dot balls from the other 2.5 overs. But that is pretty much the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.